Okay, so as we review this, this is the trig functions. Let me zoom in here just a little bit more, make it a little bit more obvious to us what the heck we're looking at. Okay, as we start on this, I want us to remember the sine of an angle, and I use theta or x or whatever you want to use. This is just a Greek letter, is the opposite length of the triangle from the angle over the hypotenuse of that right triangle. This only works with right triangle trig, and cosine of that angle equals, sorry, I've run out of space here, is the adjacent length Am I crazy or what? Sorry, I just misspelled adjacent. Anyway, that's adjacent over the hypotenuse. Both sine and cosine have hypotenuse in the denominator. And then tangent, and I'm going to, theta, is adjacent. I'm going to abbreviate so I don't misspell again. Over, golly, I'm sorry, folks, I'm going crazy. Is opposite over adjacent. I know, I'm going crazy. Anyway, sine, some old hippie caught another hippie tripping on acid using an acronym for each of their starting letters, or as Miss Brooks said, some old horse caught another horse something others oats, stealing the other's oats or something. I don't remember exactly. She said that was the PG version. Or you may remember SOHCAHTOA. Okay. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And then tangent is opposite over adjacent. So as we're looking at this, we have a 5, 12, 13 right triangle. Okay, this is called a Pythagorean triple. 5 squared plus 12 squared equals 13 squared. 25 plus 144 equals 169, the square root of 13. So this is the Greek letter theta. And we're finding the sine, the first one asks for the sine of theta. Okay, here's theta. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. There's my opposite side. The long side is always the hypotenuse. So that's 5/13. So that answer is A. On the second problem, they want us to express cosine. Okay, so cosine for this, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. This is opposite, that's the hypotenuse, so this must be the adjacent side. So that's going to be cosine is 12/13. So on these two, and this is not WAB, this is supposed to be THAB, sine of theta is 5/13, cosine of theta is 12/13. Okie doke. So now let's look over here on this side. Excuse me. So again, I'm going to write some old hippie caught another hippie tripping on acid. So we're supposed to go through on these 11 triangles, right triangles, and state whether we would use sine, cosine, or tangent to solve for the missing variable, for whether it's a degree or a side. So let's start with this one, with A, and I'm just going to write sine, cosine, or tangent on each one. I'm going to write the abbreviation, which for sine is SIN, cosine is COS, and tangent is TAN. I'm just going to use the abbreviation for these. Sorry. So for this one, angle, hypotenuse, opposite side. Opposite hypotenuse, this is sine. For B, here's X, here's my angle. This is the opposite. This is the adjacent side. There's my hypotenuse, nothing written. So if the hypotenuse is not involved, it's not sine or cosine, it has to be tangent. So this is simply tangent. Okay, this one, I've got the hypotenuse and I've got the adjacent side to the 80 degrees. So hypotenuse, adjacent, cosine, adjacent, hypotenuse. So this one is cosine. Okay, this one, X, opposite, adjacent, no hypotenuse involved, no hypotenuse is tangent. Okay, G's right here beneath, so let's just go to here. opposite, oh, the right, that's the hypotenuse there. Okay. Opposite hypotenuse, this is sine. All right, on this one, we have the hypotenuse, we have an angle, and we have the adjacent side. So adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. On this one, let's see, that's the right angle. Here's the hypotenuse. This is the side opposite of x, so this must be sine. For h, we're not using hypotenuse, that's tangent. That's pretty quick and easy to find. Hypotenuse, opposite, this must be sine. Okay, angle, hypotenuse, adjacent, this is cosine. And then the last one, this is adjacent. This is the hypotenuse, opposite of the right angle. This angle, this must be cosine also. Okay, so on each of these, if you write this on your paper, it helps. If you remember that tangent does not have the hypotenuse, that also helps. And I hope that worked fairly nice for you. And I hope you have a good day.